some of the projects that I've been working on, even just in the last few months, are in January I went to the Australian wildfires, and then I came back from that, and then a month later I was asked to go to Senegal in West Africa. They're kind of the most exciting ones. In December, actually, which is obviously fairly recent, I was in Washington, D.C., covering Trump impeachment. One of the really cool things that I did actually in 2019 was it was from August until October. I spent 2 months living in Bangkok, and I covered news kind of in Asia for Sky News. One of the main stories that was really kind of kicking off whilst I was there was all the protests in Hong Kong. So we flew out to Hong Kong for, I think it was just over a week, and fully got stuck in with all of the protests, and basically covered all of that and all the different human stories around it. Yeah, fully in the middle, gas mask on, getting teared. I was at multiple points. I was live on TV, broadcasting to Sky with the reporter whilst we were running alongside the police as they're shooting tear gas. And it was a pretty intense experience, but again, incredible. I kick myself most days thinking about that, thinking I can't believe, I'm two years out of uni and I've just been to Hong Kong filming all of that as my job. It's insane. I feel like my biggest achievement has been kind of just getting this job, because I imagine that. So the position that I have now is what we call a shoot edit. It's basically just a camera operator editor. So the way my job works is I have certain days where I'm rotated on shift, and on that day I'll get a call and it will either say go here in the UK to film something to do with the news, or I'll get a call saying go to the airport. We want you to fly here and film this. And when I went to Australia, they called me at 9 a.m. and said, do you fancy going to Australia at midday? And obviously I said yes. And this job that I'm doing, I imagined I'd be doing it when I was 30, 35. So, I'm just really grateful for that. And I think that's probably the thing I'm proudest of that I've achieved so far. But it's really just down to other people who have given me the opportunity and had faith in me. When I came into Sky, it was on a bursary trainee scheme, and I had that lined up from the December before finishing third year. But once I had finished uni and I was in the role, I just completely put all of my time into the job, and it was quite fluid. But the way it worked was you'd go around different departments and build up a whole general kind of skill set and how to work within Sky as a camera operator, editor, or a soundo. And because I just had a year contract, I thought, well, if I take the holiday that I'm allowed, then that's going to work out with the way the shift pattern works, a month and a half, 2 months off work for that year. Just kept thinking to myself, oh my God, the amount I've already learned in the first 2 months, I can't risk not learning that amount if I take all my holiday. So I decided not to take any holiday at all, and was crazily proactive, and would call up and ask to work on things on my days off, or we've got at Solent the Sony F5s. So and it's you have to have 8 hours of training before you're allowed to take them out of the unit. So I remember I shot my final major on that, and obviously did the 8 hours of training and kind of got to know the camera a bit. When I was on the trainee scheme at Sky, I found out that Sky was filming the Queen's speech that year, and I obviously wanted to get in on it, being really keen. So I managed to get onto it just to kind of be a runner and make, teas and coffees and stuff like that and help out where I could. And the camera that they were shooting on was the F5. And so they had 2 camera operators on it, and then there was a third camera kind of in a bag at the side of the room. And I said to someone, what's that camera doing there? Is anyone going to be using it? And they said, well, it's just a spare in case one of these goes down. And I said, well, I can use it. So, can I get some shots for you? And then, if you use them, you use them. And they were like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. And The choir, there was like the year that I did it, it was 2017, the year I graduated. There was like a choir section where they were kind of in this brick underground area, and they were all singing tunes, and I shot loads of that, and actually loads of my shots were in the Queen's Speech package that year. And without kind of having the opportunity to use that camera on my final major at Solent, I wouldn't have got some of my footage in the Queen's Speech. I was like freelancing and doing so much work experience and different things. I kind of, if I could go back now, I'd probably put more time into like partying and like going for beers with people. I don't think I would, because I feel like every single experience I've had and every single little, every job I've done or every shoot I've been on work experience, or even just like, I used to take cameras out and go to the park and, film random videos of people walking around, or, just stuff for fun, or like nature videos, or like I used to go to, what's the forest called? New Forest, yeah. And I used to go and like film the ponies and make like little arty videos of the ponies and stuff like that. And every single shoot built my skill set that little bit more. So no, I'd say probably no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have made it without everything I did, because everything gave me a little extra bit of, string on the bow. I guess the only thing that you can really practice is your editing. I don't know. I think, the only thing you can really practice is your editing, or maybe like start vlogging or something like that. Something that I used to do if I was bored was I'd revisit, so one of the videos that I made was I went to a protest in London and took one of the cameras out the hatch and filmed all of that, and then put it together into like a little arty video. And I used to put different songs on that video, like, whether it's Barbie Girls or whatever, and kind of recut the video to that song. Some songs made it feel like everyone was just there having a party, whereas other songs made it feel like, they're going to kill someone. And kind of, I would re-edit videos to different music just for a laugh, really, just to see how they turned out. And just experiment, I'd say. If you have any footage, just experiment and see what you can make, because it's all kind of experience building. I had so many opportunities through them to go and film so many different random things, and things like promo videos for businesses, or like talks, or I think I went on 2 cruises with Cunard to like Belgium, filming safety videos for them on board. And they kind of got me a lot of opportunities and exposure to working environments that I wouldn't have been able to get myself. I wouldn't have been able to get myself at that stage of my career, I guess. And they provided, I'd say, like an essential stepping stone in the career ladder to, in terms of pressure on the job and the skills you need to pull it off. Like instead of going from like nothing to then shooting stuff that's high pressure to going out on TV, you've got like the midway step, and I think that's Solent Creatives. It like teaches you to deal with like expectations and time scales and just like people management as well. And it's kind of that skills that you like, you can't really build up just from going to uni in terms of like a proper work environment. Whereas when I did it with Solent Creatives, I just learned a lot about how to conduct myself in like a real environment. I think I always kick myself and think, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this as a job. It's kind of like my dream, really.